Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So in this video I will explain a few examples regarding determinacy of beam and rigid frame. Okay, so saya akan explain a few example berkenaan how we want to determine whether this beam is statically determinate or statically indeterminate or unstable. Okay, so first of all kita tengok beam. Okay. So in this beam, kita nampak kat sini dekat point A. So ini adalah pin. So pin will have a two reaction. Okay. And at point B, so this is a roller. So roller will have one reaction. Okay, and fixed will have three reaction. Okay, so we need to know the total number of external reaction. Okay, R sama dengan RA plus RB plus RC. Okay, so RA 2 reaction, RB 1 reaction, RC 3 reaction. So R will become 6. Okay. So kita dah tahu dah equation dia adalah R equal or greater than or less than 3n. So n pula adalah number of member. So number of parts. So this will become a n1. And this will become n2. So n here we will have n equal to 2. So 3n is equal to 3 times 2. 6. So R is equal with 3n. So R is equal with 3n. So this will become a statically indeterminate. Okay. So statically indeterminate in this example. Okay. So we will see the next example. Okay, this is the next example. So still beam. So we are now focusing on beam, not rigid body, rigid frame yet. So okay, for fixed, okay, A at location A, we will have a fixed support. So fixed support will have R is equal to 3. Okay. So at point B, pin support. Pin support reaction dia ada 2. Okay. At point C, reaction R is equal to 2. Sebab kat point C pun adalah pin support. So at point D adalah fixed. So fixed akan ada 3 reaction. Okay. So total number of external reaction R is equal to 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3. So is equal to 10. Okay. N pula. Okay. Number of part in this beam. So this will become a N1, N2, N3. Okay. So if you want to draw the free body diagram like this, so we make a separate. Okay. As long you know at each point we'll have how many reaction. Okay. So N here is equal to 3. So 3n is equal to 3 times 3. 9. Okay. So now R is greater than 3n. Okay. So we become R is greater than 3n. So R is greater than 3n. So we will become a statically indeterminate. Okay. So the degree of indeterminacy is the difference between R and 3N. So this is the 1 degree of indeterminacy. Okay, so let's proceed with the rigid frame. Okay, for a rigid frame, okay, this is a rigid frame. Okay, so now we are focusing on the rigid frame. Okay, sorry. So now we are focusing on the rigid frame. Okay, so this is okay, this at this point will become A. Okay, A, B and C, D. Okay, so this will have a fixed support. So fixed, so this is the fixed. So fixed will be have RA is equal 3. Okay, 3 reaction at A. So RB is a pin. So pin will have a 2 reaction. Okay, but for the rigid frame, yeah, we are still using the same equation for the beam, which is R equal 3N or greater or smaller. Okay, alright. Okay, but for the rigid frame, kita kena pecahkan kepada 2 parts. Depends on the, kalau ini hanya ada 2 bahagian je lah nak pecahkan. Kat sini, dekat sini dan juga D. So dia akan jadi this part and this part. Okay, kalau kita tengok sini, so bila dia pecah 2, so dekat bahagian sini akan jadi 3 reaction. RC will have 3 reaction. Okay, RD will become 3 reaction. Dekat mana tempat yang kita cutting loopkan dia akan jadi 3 reaction. So kalau dalam kes ni RA akan ada 3 reaction, RB 2 reaction, fix and pin support. Yang mana kita cutting ni akan ada 3 reaction. So RC 3, RD 3. So R sini adalah total kan. Okay, R sama dengan RA, RB, RC plus RD. Okay, so 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 is equal to 11. Okay, so how many parts? How many parts? So kita dah pecahkan rigid frame ni kepada 2 bahagian. So it will become N1 this side and this side will become N2. So N here is equal to 2. Okay, so 3N is equal 3 times 2, 6. So the R is greater than 3N. So we will become a indeterminate, statically indeterminate. And the degree of determinacy is the difference between R and 3N. Okay, so there are 5 degree of indeterminacy in this example. Okay, so let's take a look the last example for rigid frame. Okay, so kalau dalam keadaan ini, okay, we are now focusing on the rigid frame. Okay, so dalam keadaan ini kita akan ada cutting loop. Kita akan ada 2 cutting loop. Okay, so this is the first one. Kita kena cutting kan, and this is the second one. Okay, so kita akan ada this one and one. this one N2, and this part will become N3. Okay, so total number of N is equal 3. Okay, so for the reaction, for the R, so this is fixed, fixed, and fixed. So if fixed, so R will become 3. So here R2 will become 3. This one R3 will become 3. R4 will become 3. And R5 will have 3 reactions. Then we calculate the total number of R, which is R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4 plus R5 is equal to 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 15. Okay, 15. Betul? So T3N, okay, N tadi kita dah tahu 3, 3 times 3 is equal 9. So now our R is greater than 3N, which is this one is 15, this one is 9. So it will become a indeterminate, statically indeterminate. Okay, so the degree of indeterminacy is R minus 9, so equal to 6. Okay, so this 4 examples is how we gonna calculate ataupun kita nak determine the determinacy of beam and also the rigid frame by using the same equation. Okay, at the first I already show by using the first equation, the same equation, not this one. Okay, by using this equation for determine the determinacy of beam and rigid frame. Okay, so R is equal 3N for statically determinate. R equal 3N statically determinate. R greater than 3N is statically indeterminate, and R less than 3N is unstable. So these three equation is important in order to determine the determinacy of beam and rigid frame. Okay, so I guess that's all for this part. I will show you another video, another examples regarding the determinacy of trusses in the next video. Alright, okay. All the best. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.